What's up, guys? Loma5 here, also known as Joker, and welcome to my review of My Little Pony Princess Magic Season 5, Episode 13. No, it's Episode 12. Episode 13 I haven't seen yet, which is sad because it's Sunday, so I'm going to have to watch it after this because everyone's been almost spoiling it. Almost. I won't say who. Multiple people, honestly. So, yes, Mending Fences. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry this review is so long going up, been quite busy, but you don't care about that, especially the people who are watching me for the first time. So, before we jump into the actual review itself, let me just state a few things, which I always do with my reviews. First off, not going to use any clips from the actual episode or from the show or whatever. One, I find them distracting when I'm watching actual reviews myself, and two, I don't want any chance of this video being taken down. I'm very, very paranoid regarding Hasbro, especially. And secondly, if you haven't seen the episode yet, please go watch it. Obvious question, or obvious statement is obvious. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So, first off, I again had to bring up why... Yeah, my notes are weird if you haven't seen my reviews before. They're weird. I had to bring up why Twilight has no servants or anything when she's the princess. You know, poor Spike has to do the dishes. Like, surely Princess Celestia... I mean, that could be an opportunity for more characters, you know, like... Maybe Twilight has like one guard, one maid, one servant. Doesn't have to be Flea Sentry. We don't have to put up with Flashlight, but you know, there's an idea. Just a couple of servants, just a couple of fun characters to wash in there instead of making Spike do manual labor. The continuity again comes through this episode through. Let's see. Oh yeah, because obviously they're bringing up when Twilight was not in Ponyville. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's right there on the edge of my tongue and the edge of my brain. Prequel, I guess? So yeah, what happened before the show, what Twilight was like before the show, even though it doesn't delve deep in that, which I'm glad, you know, it tries to be a mix of pacing, and it does do it well. I'm just glad that they do bring it up, because you do wonder that sometimes, especially when she was like in episode 1, she really was not the friendly kind in episode 1. All the ponies in this town are crazy! I love episode 1 and 2, because Lauren Foss. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna bring up, why is Twilight's old place untouched? You know, when she was, you know, first episode again with a giant hourglass there, like, maybe it's a library or something, but why is it left untouched like all those times? Like, when Twilight left, just lets you just go, you know what, I could clean it up and let someone else move in, especially some people who could deserve help. Nah, just leave it. Just leave it. But it's to be expected of Celestia, you know, she sucks as a ruler, so of course she's going to suck as a tenant. Unless maybe it is her tenant. We'll find out never. Never. Anyway, so I do love the reason they give for, you know, Lyra never's not I was almost said for not being in the episode. But yeah, that's about it. The reason why Lyra and Minuet and all them, yeah. Minuet, not Colgate, sad face. But yeah, while they're sometimes seen in Ponyville and all, it's like, well, yeah, we do travel around, we don't stick in one place, just like you guys do. So, yeah, I like the reason for that. It makes sense. Even though Vanilla is kind of iffy on the whole Lyra not being there when they bring her up. But yeah, she's in Ponyville, she lives in Ponyville, and she's hanging out with Bonbon. Oh, I'm sorry, Sweetie Drops. Agent Sweetie Drops. Let's not go there again. And let me bring up, Twilight's worry attacks each episode surprisingly never get annoying or repetitive, with, you know, because they were in the Yakety Yak episode. They've been in quite a few episodes since Lesson 0. And yeah, I'm really surprised they actually don't come across as, like I said, annoying or repetitive so far. It's just, I don't know, I guess it's like a fun trait of hers. Like, you know, Pinky's meanness. No. Trying to think of a big example. I guess Rainbow Dash's arrogance, even though she's like that most of it. I don't know, it's hard to find it. It's hard to find a good reference or comparison, but yeah, I really like her random attacks of, oh, what if it's like this, what if it's like that, oh my god! And it's nice to see Minuet, Lemon Drops, and Twinkle Shine aren't mad at Twilight, you know, and technically are still friends of her, you know, it's because you see that all the time in, every single thing ever, where it's like, you know, you are our friend, why would you like this and all that, oh, this, and then they have to do this all catching up, which does happen, but it makes more sense. In this sense, it's more like, oh, come on, Twilight, you know, sure it was like this and all, but we're still friends, you know, obviously you had busy things to do, but it doesn't mean to change the fact that we can't still be friends, you know, I really like that, it's nice, the little drop from the whole cliche of how things go, and it's also a good hidden message of, you know, you can still be friends with someone after a long time when you haven't spoken to each other or all that, you know. That's a really good message to have, you know, and you don't need to put it. That's the best kind of messages after you if you've seen my reviews before, I'm doing some weird motion with my hand right now because I'm Shakespearean today for some reason. No, like, this is the best kind of messages if you just, play it out. You just shove it in someone's face and just go, I learned today! No, it's just leave it there and let people learn from it. Just let them learn. You don't need to tell them exactly what it is. You don't need to go, copy what's on the board. Copy what's on the board. Just let them learn naturally. Like it is here. Yeah, I really like that. And I love the chat they have, to introduce Twinkle Shine and Lemon Hearts rather than a long talking introduction. It's much smoother than it's just like cuts to them just going, oh, and she does this and she does that. It's like, oh, it's so good to see it. That much better. The pacing, it helps tremendously. And as I bring up, maybe I'll bring it up now just so it fits in better. I know it's my notes here somewhere, but the only downside of this episode is that Twinkle Shine and Lemon Hearts aren't interesting characters. They're a bit dry, to be honest. Minuet is kind of interesting. She's happy-go-lucky, really giggly, exciting. She's got a lot of energy, really chipper. I find her quite an interesting character, despite her being put on the sidelines a little bit. And I wanted Lemon Hearts and Twinkle Shine to be at that level of interesting. For an example, Sonata Dust, she was interesting in Rainbow Rocks, but she wasn't a main focus of any kind. Let's be honest, Adagio Dazzle had a bit more lines in her, but, she and Aria were really interesting characters because they were given interesting personalities, and that's the thing that could have been done here. A minor nitpick, it didn't... It's just one of the things that would have made this episode 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 100 out of 100. Best game. Well, that's a weird noise I made. But I'm getting into it now. Alright, where was I? Notes. So, yeah. Here we go, found it. Yeah, the complaint of... Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, it was brought after that. Wow. I'm silly. Twilight's apology is well written and nice to hear, when she's about, when they were saying, oh, yeah, like I said, the reaction is really realistic, but her actual apology itself is really well written in the sense that it's not drawn out with do-do-do-do-do in the background. It's just like, natural apology, like, oh, God, so sorry about this, I wish I could have done better and I should have done better, It's really nice to listen to. Yeah. The reaction to his... What? Oh, yeah. I did get a bit ahead of myself. Wow. And it's nice to see a flashback to Twilight School, both for Laura and the development, and I love Lemon Heart's head stuck in the freaking flask. I don't know why. See, like, I should have done more stuff like that. Lemon Heart, you better be new. Episodes to be yourself and Twinkle Shine. Because I'm trying to think back. I haven't seen her in other background ponies stuff. I've seen Minuet a lot of times. Sorry, Colgate. I'm sorry, Minuet. I'm sorry, Colgate. And Twinkle Shine, I know for being in the card game. Moving on! Oh yeah, maybe I should talk a bit more about the school, but nah. It's just a nice little thing to see, how Twilight was like back then when she was a kid, better than 12 Magic Kindergarten. It's better than that. And it's not very long. And again, this is why maybe it should have been like, maybe more shows need to be like Heroes and Breaking Bad where they're like 40 minutes long, but then again, kid show. Well, family-friendly show, I guess. So like Breaking Bad where it's adults only. Moving on, I don't know how to feel regarding how Moon Dancer ended up. It's not too cliche or heavy on, well, the cliche, but compared to earlier scenes we got, with, how the chat was very smooth and, Twilight's, very realistic conversation so far, we could have gotten something more smooth and believable than what Moon Dancer was. Don't get me wrong, she is a good character, and I compliment her so much in this. But I still think she could have done better than just, like, for example, it's just like how Spike says, library house. What, she doesn't, like, have a different thing to do, like get groceries, and also the tape on the glasses and the hair being held up like that. I'm sorry, that is a really over-the-top geeky look. Like, that's Equestria Girls level of make the geeks look like this. I mean, look at me, I have glasses, but I don't have tape here. I mean, who does have tape on their glasses? I've never met anyone who has tape on their glasses, ever. And me, I prefer just wiping my fringe out of my face and tying it up. Again, I've never seen anyone who does that. Just small nitpicks, this episode is still good. And I love how Minuet is helping out a few times in the episode. Like, she's helping out Pinky, and then she's having a stakeout with Twilight and Spike, library house, Maybe that's why I do like Minuet a lot in this episode. Because, she's not like a main focus, but she's still like Sonata. Just, she's just memorable for her personality and her bit of her dialogue. I also love how they're giving more continuity and backstory in one... What the hell? Oh yeah, one line. Wait, what? In one line? What am I talking about here? This is what happens when I'm a little bit tipsy when I'm writing these notes. I really wish I knew what line I'm talking about here. Apparently there's one line that I remember, but it... Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, but apparently there's a really good line in there, and I didn't note it down because I was tipsy when writing these notes. And I'm gonna get pissed on that. Well, I love Twilight. Oh yeah, that is one thing I really love this episode. Well, again, because the pacing is so well. That's the one thing I also didn't put in the notes, but the pacing in this episode is perfect. Like, doesn't feel like it's taking somewhere for too long. Doesn't feel like anything's being too repetitive. It's just really nice, goes along, and it's just perfect, just absolutely amazing. And one of the things that help it is Twilight's use of spells, and even her wings when she's going back to Ponyville and then coming back to Pinkie Pie. You know, she's using her wings. It's like, oh my god, yeah, you have them. Even though you could teleport, I need some clarification on how that works. You know, and especially the going into the book spell, because not only is it there as a gag, but it's also there to be part of the plot. Like, you know, I could teach you that, fine. I'll go to your party thing if you teach me that spell. You know, makes sense. Better than ever. Nice pacing. My voice goes weird. No, I'm not doing that voice on purpose. That's how I get when I get a little bit out of breath. Oh, terribly sorry about that, folks. Terribly sorry if you don't like the high voices. I'll try and pace myself a little bit like this episode. Oof. And despite feeling iffy about Moondancer herself in the sense of how her character works and her design, her dialogue with Twilight is very smooth and realistic. You know, especially when she's like Mokart's method or Mohart, hey Mart. His name's said once, I can't remember it that well. But yeah, when they're just talking about that and then getting interest in the subject, that's like a sort of real conversation they're having. Like, I really feel like these characters exist, and they're just having this conversation about something they're really interested in. Like, oh yeah, I remember this, I remember that, oh, this magic, oh yes, magic, I love this spell, maybe you get that spell, oh yeah, I really, yeah. And even when they get angry as well, it's like, oh, I remember this book I lent you, and yeah, must have meant a lot to you, but you left it here. You know, that's very realistic, very lovely, really lovely dialogue between this. In fact, the dialogue is brilliant all this episode. Just fantastic how they lead into one thing to another instead of feeling a bit too forced. Like some episodes. I'm Stephen Magnum. Oof. I can really believe and understand, you know, Moondancer's situation, which, again, bothers me because the more cliche parts of her really bring her down. Oh, that's me tipsy talking again. Yeah, what I'm talking about is how she, a bit like my Party of One is my favorite episode ever in this series. Because it does touch me deep down a little bit in the fact that, you know, I understand her situation of, you know, depend on people, then they don't show up, and then you just... Because I think a lot of people have been in that situation of, you know, you hope someone shows up, and then they don't show up, and they're a terrible friend. You're like, you know, you were my best friend, so how can I really like anyone? You know, everyone understands that situation, and how this episode ends really just bangs on the nail on the... hits the nail right on the head where it comes to, like, what people do learn in the end, what takes a lot of people to learn. I'll get to that when we get to it. Let's just get on with the notes. Point is, really love her character and her situation because it's really relatable, really understandable, at least from my point of view, and probably from a lot of people's reviews. And I talk really fast. I'm terribly sorry about that. I need to slow down. And I like how Twilight, as I said before, with the wings, goes to Pinkie Pie for help. You know, remember she also has friends who can help her. You know, she's just gathering her resources. I have spells, I have wings, and I have really awesome friends. Let's do this. Whoever wrote this episode, yeah, was it M.A. Larson. Come on, dude. Write more episodes like this. You're a good dude. You're amazing. Come on. Just keep it up there. Just keep it up there. Got my weird voices again. Moondancer's venting and letting it all out is written absolutely fantastic, you know. And it makes her wanting friends again isn't forced at all. You know, it just, again, the writing, it's not forced, it's not too quick, it's not too short, not too long, it's just at a perfect moment, and then it just, the aggression just slowly coming out throughout all the episode. You could just sense it for her dialogue when she's talking to Twilight, you know, memories coming back and then letting herself be more open, you know, when she talking about the past, talking about spells with Twilight, and then just letting it hit. It's just done so well. Larson, come on, man. Come on, you can write amazing stuff. Keep at it, my bro. Why do I call him my bro? Why do I call anyone my bro? I only have 2 hand brothers. Lore about Joker. No, come on, let's get back to the review before people leave, because this could be pretty short. Because I really like this. Yeah, I just really love the dialogue. It's so beautiful. Alright, moving on to the last bit on this page. And Twilight talking about how just her being a... Oh yeah, one of the best parts of the episode. Her being a brat friend to Moondancer shouldn't mean that Moondancer herself can't have good friends ever. Especially, you know... This scene is especially good when it's backed up by Minuet and the others, saying that, oh yeah, we can still be your friends too. We wanted to be your friends, and then showing that you do have friends even if you think you don't have friends. Like her sister, the librarian, and because like I said, mentioned earlier, frankly we ran into it. That's just something that people don't really understand. A lot of people, like people say, oh, no one counts on me, no one really likes me, or I don't have any friends. I think at the end of the day, people do have, and a lot of folks they can count on, and people that care about them. There's always going to be someone that cares about you and someone who does want to hang out with you. It's just that you can hold yourself down. It's like I always say, only you can knock yourself down and only you can pull yourself back up. And it's the same here. People can help you. Come on, get back on that horse, but it's only you can get it back up on that horse. Or get back on that human, I guess, in this case. No. Yeah, what do the horses ride? You get my point. The important thing is just Moondancer's character and how she even just... Again, it's not forced, it's not too quick, It's like she's let all this out, and then she's at this vulnerable point, and that's when she's finally listening, and then just really letting it all in, and it's just fantastic. Probably one of my favorite episodes ever, but not my favorite season 5 so far. Oh, spoilers. The ending itself is very smooth, sweet, and easy. And that's really weird wording, but this is me really getting tipsy here at the end here. But you get my point, and I'll put it in spare words whenever you see the end of this note. The group picture and the four just enjoying a simple ball game is a brilliant touch, yeah. It doesn't need to be epic, doesn't need to end on a group hug, doesn't need to end on that, it just ends on, by just going, oh yeah, here's the present I was going to give you. It focuses on that, and then it just zooms out really nice and slowly, and then you go out and just enjoy a simple ball game. There needs to be more endings like that in Friendship is Magic. It seems like too many times, I remember Season 1 and Season 2, it always ended on, dear ridiculous, dear, giant long thing, giant long monologue, and when episodes like this, it just ends on just something simple and easy as that. It's just remarkable. It really fits the theme of the episode of just, well, not the theme, I guess, but how the episode itself runs. Just very nice, very smoothly. Everything just runs into each other at the perfect pace. Just fantastic. Oh, man, I love this episode. Definitely one of my top 12 episodes in the series so far. But I guess we'll get to the rating soon enough, and then I can say what already read it, but you probably already know. Final notes. Some very good and well-delivered messages, like I said, about, making sure that one person doesn't ruin the rest of your life. Just because you have one bad experience with someone as your friend doesn't mean you can try your luck with other friends and all that. I know that personally. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. And the whole, even if you think no one cares about you, guess what? There are a lot of people who do care about you and do want to be your friends. Just fantastic. And I love Twilight's use of spells, her wings, and Pinkie Pie, though I wish... Which could have been a bit more, but again, the pacing was just so perfect, I want to leave it as it is. The level of continuity in Season 5 just keeps getting better. This episode just really found it out. It's like, yeah, we're going to say what happened before Season 1. There, how's that, my boy? Too much CDI. Moondancer, although a bit cliche in some areas, like I said, mostly her appearance and also the fact that she just goes to library house instead of maybe getting some groceries or something. She herself was very relatable, and you really did feel sorry for her, especially when it was like her venting out scene and she was just crying her eyes out. It was just, I just love her character. I'm hoping we do see more of her. Like I said, with Tree Hugger as well, I hope we see more of her as well. I guess Moondancer's now going to be, I'm going to need to put her on my top 12 thing. And this episode, for me, felt like a more subtle version of Party of One, so it really hits home for me. And by more subtle, I don't mean good, no. Party of One does it in a good way in the sense that it really puts you what it feels like to be in that depression. But here, it puts it more of an outside situation and lets you feel the more heart-wrenching moments of what it really is like. Whereas Party of One is... I'm going to need to review Party of One one day because there's so much stuff I need to talk about regarding Party of One because... Oh, man. Yeah, this episode really good. Like, it almost... it's hard to put it into words just how it mirrors Party of One but is the same thing as Party of One. Because, like I said, mostly it's from the outside point of when a friend is, or when someone is going through the whole, no one cares about me, I should just focus on my own things. Whereas Pinkie Pie, you could just say, is the more insane part of it. But no, Pinkie Pie's, in a sense, is a more realistic interpretation, but at the same time, you could say Moondancer's is the more realistic interpretation. But these are two completely different people. You could say it's... Just watch the episodes back to back and you see what I mean, and you come to your own interpretation and put it in your own words. There we go. That's very nice. That's very much better to do than... Because we're dragging on here for 90 minutes. Minuet herself was very fun, and with Trico Shine and Lemon Hearts were I just wish they were more interesting, honestly. Maybe they will be, they just seem to be too bland for me. The dialogue, the dialogue, I want to marry the dialogue of this episode, it was just fantastic, just absolutely, very realistic, very deep, just, especially that, the biggest moments are obviously when Moon Dancer is talking to Twilight, and then, it just goes for so many emotions, like, oh yeah, I remember the past, yeah, I remember the past, just, it's right on the head, and then when Moon Dancer is finally letting it all out, because obviously Twilight reappearing and then everyone else reappearing, she has to let it out, because it's like, yeah, you finally want to talk about that? Fine, I'll talk about that, and the lesson itself was just, so well, oh man. Overall, a great job of showing how relationships can end up and how they can be fixed, shown, whatever. Absolutely fantastic episode, 9.4 out of 10. Because, as we all know, I still like Thanks for the Memories. Thanks for the Memories is still a 9.5 out of 10. No, yeah, this episode definitely will be on my top 12 episodes in the entire series so far. So, with 20 more minutes, I'm going to edit this, and I still need to record some... maybe I won't, because it's incredibly hot, that's why I've been busy all week. But, yeah, you can turn off the video now, but if you want to listen to my outro, then, ooh, this will give you the outro then. Thank you guys for watching my review of Amending Fences. This is Llama Pipe, also known as Joker, saying bye-bye later.